Hi there. Welcome to the video series of Outlook calendar integration using Microsoft Graph API. In this video, we are going to see how we can get access token from the admin consent. In the last video, we have seen how to get access token and refresh token from the user consent. If you haven't watched that video yet, the link is in the description. Please go and check out. Before we start the video, I would like to request you to watch the video completely to have better understanding. So let's get started. First, what is the difference between getting the access token and refresh token from the user consent and getting the access token from the admin consent? So if our application wants to access the resources of a single user, then we have to go for getting the access token and refresh token from the user consent. But if you want to access the resources of all the users within a certain organization, in such cases you have to go for getting the access token from the admin consent. So let's see how we can get the access token from the admin consent. So the documentation says if our application is a kind of background services or daemons, then we have to go for getting the access token without user or with admin consent. So let's see how we can do that. First we have to register our application. Then we have to configure the permissions for Microsoft Graph. Then we have to get the admin consent, and then we can get the access token. So with the help of access token, we will be able to call the Microsoft Graph. So we know how we can register our application. Then comes to configure permissions for the Microsoft Graph. For the applications which get access token and the refresh token from the user consent, we use delegate permissions in such applications. But if our application is a kind of background service or daemon, so in that case we will be using the application permission. So you can simply understand, if we have to access the resources of all the users within organization, in such cases we have to use the application permissions. And then we have to redirect the user to the Microsoft Identity Platform using the admin consent endpoint. So this is how our request will look like, in which we have to pass the tenant whose value will be common, the client ID which we get after registering the application in the Azure AD, the redirect URL which we will add while registering our application to Azure AD, and the state whose value will be anything given by us. So once the user is redirected to the Microsoft Identity Platform, they will be able to see the consent page where it will show all the permissions which our application requires. So this is the UI which is for the admin. But if some normal user will try to log in to our application, then they will be getting a pop-up saying admin should grant the permission to the application. So once the user who is a global admin will authorize our application, then they will be redirected to our redirect URL with following query parameter. One is tenant, which is the tenant ID, and it is in GUID format, and the state whose value will be same as we passed in the request, and the admin consent, and its value will always be true. So once we get the tenant identifier, we will be able to get the access token by making the post request on the token API endpoint, in which we have to pass the following parameters: tenant whose value will be tenant identifier which we got after the successful authorization, the client ID which we get from the app registration, the scope whose value will be graph.microsoft.com/.default. So it is fixed and we don't have to change it. If we have to access the Microsoft Graph APIs, then we have to pass this as the scope. In the client secret, we have to pass the client secret which we have got while registering our application, and in the grant type, the value must be client credentials. So once the request is successful, we will be getting the following object in the response. We will be having the token type, expires in, and the access token. So let's jump into the code now. So this is the continuation of the previous video. So please go and check out the previous video to understand the code flow properly. So in the home page I have added another button. and the text is admin sign in, and once we click this button it will redirect us to the admin OAuth redirect action in the home controller. So in the home controller we have another action for admin OAuth redirect, and OAuth redirect is for the user consent. So here we are getting the credentials from the admin credentials file. So in the admin credentials file path we have kept admin credentials.json file. So in the files we have admin credentials.json file. So we don't have the client ID, client secret, redirect URL and the scopes. So we will be adding all those in a while. So here we are making an authorization request in which we are passing the state whose value is the Messi developer, the redirect URL which we are getting from the credentials file, and the client ID which we are again getting from the credentials file. So after making the request we are redirecting the user to this URL. So they will be getting consent page with all the permissions we requested for. So once the request is successful they will be redirected to the redirect URL. So this is the redirect URL we have created, in which we are having the following parameters. So the tenant whose value will be the tenant identifier, the state and the admin consent. It will be set to true if the admin has authorized our application. So here we are making the post request to the token API endpoint with the following parameters: the client ID which we are getting from the credentials file, the scope which we are again getting from the credentials file, the grant type whose value is client credentials, and the client secret which we are getting from the credentials file. So once the request is successful we will be getting status code as OK in the response, and then we are writing the response content in the tokens file. So in the tokens file we will remove all the data from here and let's save, and let's create an application with the application permissions. Let's navigate to app registration, new registration, and we will register another application. So admin consent, and we will be using for any organization directory, that is multi-tenant organization. So here we will be giving our redirect URL which will be localhost with the port number /auth because it is in the OAuth controller /admin callback. This is the action name. So let's register, and then we got the client ID. Let's copy and paste it here. Let's copy the redirect URL. Let's take the scope and let's generate the client secret. So let's copy the value for the client secret and paste it here. So now we got our client ID, client secret, redirect URL and the scopes. So let's run our application now. So our application is running now. We can see admin sign in button here. So I'll be keeping a debugger here so that we can know when are these methods being called. So let's click on admin sign in. So it redirected us to the admin OAuth redirect. Let's run. So it asked me to choose the application. First I'll be choosing a normal user account. So here you can see need admin approval. So if you are using a normal user account to register with our application, then we will be getting this type of pop-up saying need admin approval. So let's log in with the admin account now. So messi@messidev.onmicrosoft.com is the admin account. So let's log in. And then here we can see we have only one permission, so we don't have configured the permissions till now. So let's configure the permission first. So in the view API permissions, we will add permission, Microsoft Graph application permissions. So for this we will be reading all the users, so we will search for users permission, and we are asking permission to read all the user profile, and other is reading the calendars. So from here we are taking the permission to read and write the calendars in all mailboxes. So let's add the permissions now. And one more thing, if we change the permission from here, then every time we change the permission, the admin should authorize our application again to reflect the changes. So now if we log in again, so we can see I have got the following permissions: sign in user and read user profile, read all users full profile, read and write calendar in mailboxes. So why we have taken this read and write calendar? Just to create event in the user's calendar. So let's accept. So we came to our redirect URL. Now we have the tenant identifier here. In the state we got the Messi developer and the admin consent is true. So here we are making the post request only when the tenant ID is not null. So let's run. So here we can see our status code is okay. Then in the tokens file we don't have anything, so let's run and see. So here we got the data now, so let's indentate and check. So here we have the access token. So using this access token we can access the resources of users in the organization. So in this case, when the admin consent the application, then we don't need the refresh token. We will be storing the tenant identifier, which we can use to get the access token again and again. So that is it for the video, guys. If you have any doubt, please do let me know in the comment section, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.